Hey guys, hope everything is going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. Okay, so today I wanted to touch base on shill bidding and what sellers can do about it. I watched a video by Dustin earlier this week, and he was talking about, hey, look, shill bidding, this is unacceptable. And I also got a DM from one of my viewers, and he was saying that, hey, look, this Trey Young card, this is being shilled like crazy. And I don't watch too much basketball these days, but he's explained to me that Trey Young is no longer that hot prospect. So that's quite interesting. You had cards going up to $10,000. He said this is absurd. This is crazy, right? So when you have shill bidding as a seller, what can be done about this? Okay, to avoid all this hanky panky that's going on, right? Now, some of you experienced sellers probably will like, okay, yeah, I can deal with it. But the guy like Probstein, I think on P Ryan collection, he was saying that, hey, look, Probstein is now saying that, hey, if anything is not paid twice, then he's not going to list it again. I don't know if that's true, but this is what I think P. Ryan was talking about. Now, what as a seller, we sell cards sometimes through my wife's business, just to get cash in, just for cash flow purposes. If a month is slow, we're like, okay, how could we boost up the sales, right? And I have cards that I bought pre-pandemic that, or during early part of the pandemic that, hey, look, if we need cash, we're gonna sell it or to meet sales projections or whatever, or cash flow reasons, whatever. And we had this one card actually that was shilled the other day. And for one reason, this, I think like a Brady PSA 7, one of his rookie cards, I think maybe a Pacific card, it went up to like $145, and it's a zero review guy, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But that card then went down to $90. I don't know what ended up happening, but the person that won it, like in the mid 90s, that guy had zero reviews and he didn't pay. So I'm like, screw this, right? This is after 4 days. So then what I did was I sent a second chance offer to one of the bidders, and this individual accepted that offer and he paid. So, even though there's shill bidding, you as a seller still have some sort of recourse where you don't have to relist the item. So when I'm thinking of what Probstein does, I don't agree with what Probstein does, but one time I had this one card. I think it was like a Usain Bolt rookie card, and first sale it sold at $1,000. So I'm like, great, this is awesome, or $1,200. And then the next sale sold at what, $1,000, I think. And then the last sale, then someone paid it like 340 some bucks. It's a rookie card, right? It was overhyped at that time, and the market was starting to go down, and people weren't paying. So I told Probstein, hey, look, why don't you just send a second chance offer? He didn't respond. So I'm like, I think this is where sellers could, find a way out of that mess. Now, if the price isn't at the level that you wanted for the second chance offer, so suppose that someone, you're looking for $600, but the next second chance offer would be at 400, and the person that shilled it maybe sent it to like um, a little more than that amount, maybe. No, I think that's a bad example. Suppose you're not getting the price, okay, and it's shilled, and you're like, you know what? What am I going to do about this? You, as a seller, can either relist it or work with the other individuals out there, okay? Now, with me, I like sending out second chance offers because guess what? I'm able to capitalize on this crazy buffoon, right? That bid up the price, but there's a bidder or two below that where you can maybe work out a deal. And that's how you do it. And I think Probstein, what he can do and other consigners, they can tell their consigners that, hey, look, if it doesn't sell, you have the option to tell us, hey, we could send a second chance offer. And I think that's the way it should be moving forward. And if you don't want to do that second chance offer and you want to relist it, or you want to maybe have that card sent back, I think that's an option as well. But ultimately, there are ways around this. So, I complain a lot about shill bidding, and I don't like it at all. But there is recourse for the sellers out there. And if you don't want to deal with the bidding process, just put it as a buy it now. Find an appropriate price and people will buy it. I remember putting a PSA 6 Brady card, and I think I put it at like one of the lowest comps. This was February of last year, March of last year, or maybe even before that. And one dude, he ended up buying it within 3-4 hours. And I found out that guy went to my college the same year, and I never met this guy. So it was quite interesting. Like, I've never heard of that name, but he said that, hey, did you go to Loyola? And I'm like, yeah, I went to Loyola. And then he said, what year? I said, 2008. That's when I graduated. And then he graduated the same year. So, and I never met the guy. And it wasn't like that big of a class, right? Maybe a couple of thousand people, if I remember, for that year. So you tend to know people, even though it is bigger than the smaller college, but not as big as, like a University of Illinois or, a Big Ten school, right? Then you don't know people. So it's quite interesting. I sold that card, and I didn't want to deal with the shill bidders, and someone bought it, right? So I think that's how it should go. There are ways around it. And I think eBay, what they need to do, they need to have a policy. Anyone with 0 reviews should not be allowed to bid over an amount of maybe a couple $100 and go from there. Or maybe people with maybe 50 reviews can bid on cards over $500. And then anyone with less than 50 reviewers can bid on items only between 0 and 500, And I think, like, suppose the bid goes, further on, then they're not allowed to bid. Something like that, right? Or maybe it could be, if you have more than 10 reviews, right? Then you could go from there. And I think eBay needs to do a better job at putting strikes on accounts. Because, Mercari, if you're dealing with hanky-panky, they'll kick you off their platform. eBay is really lenient. So I think that's the other issue. So I just wanted to throw my thoughts out, guys. What are ways to but what are ways to deal with shill bidders? Because it is annoying. A lot of people are now talking about it because it's impacting them. I was talking about shill bidding in February and March, and people were laughing at that notion. And now it's impacting some of the mainstream of the hobby. And now, they're not mocking what I'm saying. They're like, okay, yeah, this is a widespread problem. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.